Will delete it. I think it will, like if my, I don't think it saves my live on Instagram, but like on Facebook or YouTube, if like my phone runs out of storage and it stops or something happens, it will it will save the live and post it still. But I don't think, oh, I am live, but I don't think Instagram does it. So I love Instagram, but forget Instagram. I'm just gonna stick with Facebook because Facebook's been loyal to me. Hey Facebook, I'm talking to my sister about what's going on with these phones, and I'm letting her know why I have 50 phones. And she thought it was a nail tech thing, and I'm explaining to her that it is not a nail tech thing. I'm just dumb. I have 50 phones because I'm dumb. I have no reason for having 45 phones. But happy Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, little brother, if you're watching, Anthony, yep, yes, you, Anthony Hernandez. His name is so common that like there's a million Anthony Hernandezes, so whatever. Y'all don't know who my brother is, but anyway, if you are listening and if you are watching, I love you. Happy birthday. As soon as I get off live, I'm going to text you, but I love you. Happy birthday. Okay, so anyway, back to this storage situation. So I got the new iPhone, and there's you can get a terabyte of memory of storage, but that phone was going to take about a month to get to me, right? So I ended up just getting the one with 512 gigs of storage. My sister's nails can't be that long, y'all. So anyway, so I didn't get the 1 terabyte of storage. I got the 512, but I didn't trade in my phone. I didn't give up my other phone. So now I'm gonna be walking around with 3 iPhones, the iPad, and my Galaxy Note. Okay, and the problem and the reason why I walk around with all these phones is not because I'm balling and I'm just, no, none of that. None of that. No positivity going on over there coming from my phones. The reason why I walk around with all these phones is because I need storage. Because as you guys are going to see while I'm doing this set, me doing a set is not no quick, easy 2-minute process. It takes up a lot of storage on my device if I'm not recording live. If I'm just recording the content to show you guys later and editing stuff. So yeah. So anyway, I got another phone. I'm keeping the phones that I have already. And I have the new one, or I'm getting, well, the new one is in the mailbox. Well, it's not in the mailbox. It's sitting on the kitchen table waiting for me to get home. But the new one has 512 gigs. And the reason why I keep buying more phones instead of buying iCloud storage, I know y'all like, why you don't buy iCloud storage? Well, there's a reason. Because if I buy iCloud storage, which I've already thought of that. If I buy iCloud storage, then when I need to edit the video, let's say I need to edit a 3-hour video, I have to go into the iCloud, right? And I have to download that 3-hour video back to the device, which probably is going to take up a lot of storage, and then I'm back to the same problem. And then I can't even edit the video and make it smaller and all this other stuff. So honestly, it all boils down to I need the video and the content on the device itself so that I can edit it and post it and all that other stuff. Okay, that's why I keep buying more devices to add more storage to my phone. Now, I know some of you guys are probably like, why don't you just get an Android? Why don't you just get a Galaxy? Y'all think I'm not walking around here with a Galaxy? Yes, I do have a Galaxy Note. The problem though, now the reason why I love my Galaxy and I will always have a Galaxy or an Android phone is because you could take the memory card out and replace it with a new memory card and not have to affect the device's storage at all. You can use the same device for years and keep on replacing the memory card over and over and over again. Isn't that wonderful, right? That would eliminate me. Exactly. That would eliminate me having to buy another phone, another device, right? Here's the problem with Androids. Although it's a better phone, all Android users know this. We don't even care about you iPhone users and how y'all feel. You guys have a false sense of reality. The iPhone is not better than the Galaxy. It's not. It never has been. It doesn't even cost more. But, you know, society has everybody thinking that the iPhones are just the most amazing phone, and they're not, right? But there's something about the dang iPhone. Now, if I send my sister something, me and my sister both have iPhones, right? If I send my sister something, you know, the blue bubble's going to pop up. If I send her a video, it's going to be a nice, clear video, right? If I send my sister something from an Android, oh my goodness, it's going to be choppy, all types of crazy stuff. And it has nothing to do with the Android.
Right.
It just means that the Apple devices are not able to, what is it called? They
not translated.
Yeah, that's the word, but that's not the word. Yeah. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
It'll be like tiny.
Yeah, it's not compatible. Like, it can't.
Pixelated. It's just horrible.
Somebody watching know the word and gonna tell us. But yeah, it basically can't download it onto the device and watch it and all that good stuff. That's an iPhone problem. Now, if my Android sends something to another Android, it's going to be clear as day. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. If I edit it, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. But if I post to Facebook on that Android, and I have spoken to Facebook about this, if I post to Facebook with that Android, even if it's the most beautifully crisp video ever, all of the iPhone users watching are going to be watching dinosaur time videos. And it has nothing to do with the Android. It's the way that the iPhone, it's just, there's certain
it is like that.
Certain formats are just not compatible, or it can't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It is real dinosaur. Everybody know what I'm talking about. I'm not a tech giant, so, you know, I don't really know. But yeah, so I have to post on Facebook for my audience's viewing pleasure. I have to post using my iPhone, because when I post using the iPhone, then iPhone users and Android users can get the same experience. But if I post from my Android, then only Android users get that awesome, crisp video. So I cannot do the content creation that I do for you guys with an Android device. And I know this because when I first started doing lives on Facebook a couple years ago, I started with my Galaxy, and my my iPhone users just were not happy about the quality. So I ended up investing in an iPhone, and luckily the iPhone users and the Android users are able to see the video clearly. But I still have my Android because I still, you know, like storage, and I still like the freedom on my phone and being able to I could download music straight from YouTube down onto my Android, my Galaxy, and just, it's a lot of stuff that you cannot do on an iPhone. A lot of freedom that you don't have. But yet and still, I'm gonna walk around here with 3 iPhones now and this big ass TV size iPad, because I don't have storage on my phones. So I have to send those 3-hour, 4-hour long videos to my iPad, then edit them on my iPad, then airdrop them back to my phone, where I can then post to Facebook, Instagram, and all the other social sites. But only one of my phones has social sites on it because I don't have storage. It's really bad, y'all. It's really bad. So if you guys are wondering why I be talking mess about iPhones, but now I'm about to walk around here with 3, that's the reason. I know it's crazy.
That's
now,
so funny. You gotta go through
all of that. Now, when I was in college, my first year of college, I learned how to jailbreak iPhones, because iPhones at the time were the only phones that had the built-in screenshot. So, I don't know. I just thought that was really cool, and I thought I was missing out. And I was in college, freshman in college, and everybody had an iPhone except me. So I got an iPhone, and I realized how much iPhones really, really sucked. And at the time, too, you had to have a computer for your iPhone to even, you had to sync it to a computer for your iTunes and stuff like that to work. Yeah, but that was back in the day, right?
That was in the beginning.
I know.
Oh my god.
But then I found out from a fellow classmate how to jailbreak iPhone so that I can get like all of the App Store stuff for free. And then, don't do this, y'all. I ain't even gonna tell y'all how to do it. It's probably not even able to do it anymore. This is a long time ago. My daughter is about to be 10, so that was 9 years ago. But yeah, so anyway, I ended up jailbreaking my iPhone so that I would be able to download music and stuff onto it. But the problem with that during those times is that every time you jailbroke your iPhone to work like an Android, every time you had to update your iPhone, it wouldn't work and you would have to re-jailbreak it. Yeah, you know, back in the day.
Was it complicated to jailbreak it?
No, it was never complicated. Anybody can jailbreak a phone. The problem was that it took all day. At the time, I don't know how long it takes now. I have not tried to jailbreak a phone since then, but it literally took like a whole 24 hours for me to jailbreak my phone. You got to sit there and like plug it up and then download certain stuff and then do certain controls on your computer. And it was a lot. It was like, you're not old enough. You don't remember MySpace because MySpace was not a thing when you was coming up. MySpace was done for, like, long gone. But y'all, I'm not a lot older than my sister, y'all, but I'm like closer to 10 than than a couple years. I'm closer to 10 years older than her. But anyway, so remember MySpace used to allow us to like pick our top 5, and then we would be able to put like our cover art and stuff on our profiles, and we would have to do all these different controls and coding just to do it. Like, you literally had to do coding to get your MySpace page to look and sound the way you wanted it to. So everybody was doing coding. It was a regular thing because that's what you had to do to make your profile look the way you wanted it to. It like had all types of these corny ass graphics and the good old days. Oh my. Hey sister, Tajay says she had to make a new page because she's blocked for 30 days. Girl, what you do? What did you do? Anyway, I love you guys and thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And what else was I going to say? Oh, check in. Let me know where you're watching from. What time is it? Where you're at? It is 7 p.m. on the dot where I am on the West Coast, Los Angeles. Holla. Yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting my life together. And I thought I was on the right track, but now my daughter is leaving, going out of the state this weekend, and so we got to get prepared and stuff for that. This will be her first time going on an out of state trip since we found out about her diabetes. So this is going to be the first time that we've went on well, not we, because I'm actually not even going. My mom is taking her. It will be the first time that she's going on a trip to another state. So she's not flying. We're still not really comfortable taking her through the airport, because I do know, like, when I've been traveling, during COVID and going on planes and stuff, I have my moments where I just don't really feel well, and the air is just, to me, the airport was dirty before COVID. It will always be dirty. But so we're just not really comfortable sending her on a plane yet, putting her on a plane and all that recycled air and stuff. Right. So for now, we're just gonna do road trips. So this will be her first road trip to go see some family. You guys know Mel is the life of every party, and the family is going to be so happy to see her. So she's gonna go on a road trip, I think from California to the south, depending on where you go. I believe it's about a 20 to 30 hour trip, just depending on your route and all that. So she's gonna be in the car for a while, which is cool because Melody is a really good traveler. Like, she's a really good traveler. Now my son, I don't even take him to the grocery store. But my daughter is a really good traveler, and she actually has been to more places than me. Like, she's been to the Bahamas. I've never been to the Bahamas. She's been to more states than me. She's been on more road trips than I have been on. So Mel's just living the life. She's always living her best life. She's always one. I got 50 aunties, so she's always with an auntie or my mom. So this will be her first trip. So wish us luck. My mom's gonna take her. And then for her birthday in January, I'm going to take her on another trip. But it'll be a road trip that's a lot closer. But for those of you guys who like live in California, who have traveled to California or been in California, you already know that you could drive 10 hours and you're still going to be in California. It's not really like that in other states. So we are taking a 10-hour road trip for her birthday. I'm hoping that we do. That is the plan so far. If all goes well on this trip. So I know things will be cool. She's a great traveler. She's really good, and she doesn't meet strangers. So she's gonna have a nice, fun, scenic trip. She goes on a trip every summer, and so she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in March. So this summer, obviously, we spent trying to regulate her sugar, not going anywhere. But when we do go places, it's been a good time. We've been able to do stuff like normal families. We go to the beach sometimes. For her dad's birthday, I took her to the zoo, and the zoo was awesome because there was nobody there. So we really didn't have to do a lot of walking because we took there's like a little tram, like a little bus that kind of takes you to all these different stops in the zoo. But because there was nobody there, there was no line for all of the different trams. So we literally, we used the tram to look at everything. I know, right? Lazy. So we sat on the little bus the whole time and just looked at the animals that way. But it was fun. It was really, really cool. But we have, we're figuring it out. Like, life doesn't stop. We just have to figure out how to do life with insulin at every meal. Is what it's going to be. She's brave. She doesn't complain. And she acts like she's adapted as if this is a normal thing for her. As a kid, like, I hated, all kids, we all hate shots and stuff like that, but Melody has been a trooper since day one. And she doesn't give herself her own shot yet, but one day she will. Exactly, one day she will. And technology changes every year. We get closer and closer to just different things and different tools and equipment to help make life easier for her. So, shout out to all my T1D moms. I'm a part of y'all tribe now, and I really need y'all help sometimes. But it hasn't been a roller coaster. It's been a tram ride, a rocky tram ride. It's not as bad as I thought things would be, because I'm not gonna say I don't know anybody with type 1. I'm just not close to anyone with type 1, so I just never understood the illness, didn't know anything about it. And it doesn't come from my side of the family, and with her father being gone, I really just don't have a lot of information on his medical history in order to implement that into my daughter's life. And so that makes things a little bit difficult. So I really don't know for sure exactly where it came from in her gene pool, but she got it, and there's nothing we could do about it now except manage it and make sure she lives a healthy lifestyle. So here we are. She's a trooper, though. She's been doing amazing, and we're blessed because we don't have to worry about her. When some of the doctors and nurses be telling us we be doing a good job, And me and my mom just look at each other crazy, like, wow, we're doing a good job, because it's not easy. But thankfully, we're learning to be her full-time nurses, and she will be her own full-time nurse one of these days. Okay, so anyway, back to nails. I'm kidding. But these tips, the clear tips that I'm using, are by Lamour, Lamour. They are not on Amazon from what I know of, and when I purchased them from my local nail supply, which I haven't been to in years because I purchase a lot at a time, and I don't use tips, I use forms. But because this is a shorter set, it doesn't need to be sculpted, and my sister, she can hop up in here whenever she wants and get a new set, so we really don't care how the set gets on, just as long as it looks good at the end. And anyway, like I was saying, I don't use tips like that, but you can find these Lamour tips on eBay, or you could find them on I think that's it, y'all. I think it's only eBay where I actually know you can get these online. I don't know any other online places that have the Lamour tips, but every major city has a nail supply. So if you go to the nail supply, I am like 75% sure that these tips can be found at the nail supply. If these specific tips, the Lamour tips, the Lamour brand tips, aren't at your local nail supply, then I'm pretty sure they have a knockoff version that are just that work just as well. I like these tips because they're flimsy. I know a lot of nail technicians like those firm, stiff tips. I hate those. I like really flimsy, flexible tips that kind of conform to the nail's shape. I don't know. I've always used these tips since the beginning of my career. Lamour's been around for a long time, probably since before I was even born. So Lamour has always been my go-to tip brand, but there are other tip brands like Creation, but honestly, it's just a Lamour knockoff, and it's going to be the same exact price. So if you see Creation nail tips at your local nail supply, it's the same exact thing as Lamour tips. They probably just changed this. Okay, I ain't gonna say that, but y'all know. Y'all know. Anyway, here go some short nails for y'all, because y'all be talking about my long nails and say I don't do nothing and I'm not a versatile nail tech and all that other stuff, and I'm not. I only want to do long nails, except for my sister. My sister can get whatever she wants. Anyway, let's see this hand. So I'm switching over to the other hand. I know these are kind of long, but I like to make my tips a little bit on the long side. The reason why is because I like to leave room for shaping and filing. Because haven't we all been to the nail salon one time and told them that we wanted our nails a certain length, right? And then when they cut it that length and then they did all the shaping and filing, and then your nails are super short and look crazy, and he was like, what the heck? And then he was like, these are not the length I wanted them, these are too short. And they'd be like, oh, they'll grow out in a couple days, honey. They literally used to tell me that. I know, I really just told y'all a true story about what used to happen to me at the nail salon. One time I left the nail salon and I left the nail salon. I put on gloves. I had these gloves on, and I was like in high school. So I went to go see my boyfriend after the nail salon, and he was like, you just went to the nail salon, like, why do you have gloves on? And I was like, because I really don't like my nails. They're too short. And then I was like, I just don't want you to see him. He was like, take the gloves off. So I took the gloves off, right? And I'm thinking he's gonna be like, oh, they're not that bad. He was like, those are press-ons. You could have bought those. Wow. So yes. So ever since then, I've used that reminder that you need room for shaping and filing. Somebody says they want their nails a certain length, go a little bit longer. And my sister said neutral colors. Boring. But we're gonna keep it neutral. It's not going, I'm not gonna get her fired or nothing. Oh, this is an 80 grit hand file. I usually use an 80 grit hand file all the way through, but you can use like a 180 or a 100 grit to do this part. I like to use an 80 just because I like a sharper grit hand file. You definitely do not, you have to use an 80 if an 80 is intimidating, or if you are new to the hand file. Fret not, grab yourself a 180. It will get the job done, I promise. It will definitely help you get a feel for the hand file. You gotta know how to hand file, because one day your drill is gonna stop working. I don't know how it's gonna stop working. I don't know if you're gonna run out of, I don't know if you're going to run out of drill bits or sanding bands, or if the power goes out, or if you drop the drill and you break it. Something is going to happen, I promise. It's just like a motorcycle. Like, motorcyclists know, people who actually are bikers, they know that falling is literally a part of the lifestyle. Like, you gonna fall at least once. It's a part of being a motorcyclist. It's the same thing with your equipment when you're a nail technician. Something is going to die on you in the middle of a set, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do except pull that hand file out and get it popping. And you better get it popping just like you would if you had that e-file, because you're a nail technician and you got to know how to do things manually. I know it's 2021. That's amazing. Everybody's a machine. So cool. But you got to know how to use your manual equipment. Your e-file, I promise you, it's a machine. Something's going to happen. Y'all seen iRobot? Something's going to happen. It's a machine. You cannot rely on your machine all the time. You got to give your machine a break, because if you don't, your machine is going to take a break in the middle of a set, and you're going to have to, you know, get it together still. And you're going to be so proud of yourself when you do it, I promise. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, Nikki Nail said this is going to happen, and here it is happening. And sad face, I only have a 240 grit hand file, so I'm about to be here for 5 hours. It could literally happen to you, y'all. Don't think you're better than the machine. So this is my C-Bond primer. It is a non-acidic primer. It is safe for sensitive skin and nails. And retention. Woo. The retention. I'm not even gonna brag about it because it's my product, right? So I shouldn't brag about it. I'm gonna take a big slice of humble pie. But what I will tell you though is I did my thing when I came up with this Bond formula. And I'm not gonna brag no more. I'm just gonna say that if you're having problems with them nails staying on for a long time, or if you have clients who often have that burning sensation when you apply primer or even monomer to their hands, their nails, this is what's going to help you. But I'm gonna stop bragging about it. I'm gonna take my slice of humble pie in about 5 seconds after I tell you guys that this is one of the best bonders on the market. Okay, I'm done. Back to this acrylic. Okay, so the acrylic that I'm using is my see-through super clear, y'all. I don't know. I really did not have anything in mind when I was gonna do my sister's nails today. I didn't even ask her. Did I ask you?
What?
Did I ask you what you went on your nails? No, you just told me that. No, it's my sister. I did not ask her. She told me that.
I just said it can only be like neutral colors and it gotta be short. But I don't tell you nothing because I trust you like 2,000%. Like,
my sister literally lets me do whatever I want on her nails. But I do try to do something that's specific to her and what she likes and not what I like. Because if it was up to me, everybody would have this chrome on their hands. But anyway, we're not going to do that. We're going to do something cute and neutral so my sister don't get fired. And ain't nobody going to talk to her crazy. And then I ain't got to go up there who banging and, you know, put a strap out and all that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So we're going to do something cute and neutral. They're going to be short. They just, you know, I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do what I'm capable of.
It's so funny because right now, like, I'm the only girl RSA, so it's like I work with a whole bunch of uncles. Like, literally.
Then you need your nails kind of done, then it's okay. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. I mean, as long as you're not picking up cars, then I think that you're not picking up cars with your bare hands. I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna be shorter than this, y'all. I promise I'm not getting my sister. I'm not getting my sister fired. I promise. Ooh, I would get in so much trouble.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be doing anything hardcore. Like, it's just driving and then like typing on keyboards. That's it.
Yeah, see, they're gonna be real secretary-ish. Not for real. They're gonna be like Monica Lewinsky type secretary, but not like, y'all know. I'm not gonna do my. I promise I'm not gonna get my sister fired. I promise.
What I need to do though is keep my hands moisturized at the counter because I'm tired of handing people their keys and I'd be like, "Ooh, don't look at my hands."
It's fine. You need a little hand sanitizer pump, like a quick little pump.
That makes it worse.
Use the pump. Put some aloe vera gel in it, or any type of like oil, not too much, but just a little bit, just to keep that moisture locked in. But don't buy the hand sanitizers that actually have the moisture in them already. They be like, no, don't do it. Don't trust them. They don't have the formula right. Just get your favorite oil, not baby oil, because it's water based. Get like a real oil. Get like some olive oil, and then put a couple drops in it. Shake it up real good, and that will keep your hands clean and moisturized all day.
That's a good idea.
Because it's about to get cold, so your hands about to be looking crusty. I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah, they're going to start panning. It's that time of year.
Add a couple drops, a little bit of oil. I don't know what's so bad about baby oil. It's just that I've been against baby oil since I had my daughter. My daughter's about to be 10, y'all. But when I had Melody, I had a midwife. Well, I had a midwife with both my kids. But my midwife told me when I was pregnant with her, she gave me this like strategy so that I really wouldn't hurt myself when I was pushing my kid out, right? And she was like, yeah, if you have baby oil, throw away the baby oil. So, yeah, ever since then, I mean, I went by everything my midwife says. Like, there are things that my midwife taught me 10 years ago that I still apply to my daily life. So, like, everything she said to me was gold and still reigns true. So, ever since Leonette told me, you need to get rid of that baby oil, I have not had baby oil in my house ever since. I don't even know why. She said it was water-based, but that was it. She never said nothing else about, I don't even know what that means. So, yeah. But anyway, throw away the baby oil and get you some natural stuff. Or get you some Melanin Cosmetics. This ain't no commercial or nothing. I'm just saying, get you some Melanin Cosmetics. Check us out on Facebook. That little commercial we made, that's my brother. Don't be hitting on him because he got a girlfriend and I don't want no smoke. Okay, y'all want to see our Apex? So, I always tell you guys about the Apex. Look, it is not... to say about what? The Apex, that's your stress point. It's usually somewhere between right here and right here. Now, the longer it is, the closer it tends to be, like, towards the cuticle, and then it tends to be like a flat nail. That's like a UK kind of look. But in the US, our Apex is normally found right here where the free edge begins off of the natural nail. The stress point is right there. It's because when you hit your nail on something, it doesn't snap in half. You ever had your nail split right down the middle, just straight?
Oh yeah.
That's because the apex was not built. There needs to be an extra bead or extra layer, extra protection right here on the nail, so that if there's any pressure, extensive pressure applied to the nail, then it won't snap the nail in half. Because when the nail snaps in half like that, it also snaps the natural nail in half.
It be hurting
And
so
yes,
bad.
and it
Oh
causes
my God.
way more problems. So that is why you're having that problem. If the nail is splitting straight through the middle, it's because the apex is not strong and built up the way it's supposed to be. I know there's a lot of controversy around the apex and where it's supposed to be placed and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, the apex has to be there. It does. I don't care what anybody else says. I never disagree with other nail technicians. I'll just be like, that's how you do it and that's how I do it. But I'm not about to disagree about no apex. You need it there. It needs to be there. And it doesn't have to be super high. You guys see my apex, right? Where's my apex? Can y'all locate my apex? It's right here. It's well, it's in this area, right? Which is higher than the rest of the nail. The reason why it's higher is there's more product right there, so that this nail doesn't snap straight across. It doesn't have to be super long. It doesn't have to be super dramatic, but it does have to be some more product right here than anywhere else on the nail. That needs to be the highest part of the nail. The apex, the highest part in this area. Now the mine is longer, it's closer to the top or the middle right here, but yours is right here. If I snap this nail off though, it's still going to have an apex. It's important that your apex can support the rest of the length of the nail, or else you're going to have problems, and the problems are going to be painful problems. But yeah, there goes my sister's apex from the side. She has shorter nails, so she doesn't need a big dramatic apex. Guys, see it? Now it is not flat or indented in. It's a nice, not a rainbow, because it doesn't need to be that dramatic. Doesn't have to be that dramatic. It's just a nice little, a nice little, it just eases into it. It's like a grin, not a smile. But anyway, yeah, so no shade to all you nail techs over there. I know, right? It's not supposed to be. We do rainbows. We do other rainbow techniques in nails, but not with the apex. You do not need a rainbow right there. And you also want to do a lot of patting. Patting your product down, because once you pat that other layer into the other, it's not as thick of a nail anymore. I know sometimes y'all be like, you're using so much acrylic, because I do use a lot of acrylic, and the reason why is because I'm using each layer of acrylic to add to that apex, so that it doesn't have to be a rainbow. It could be a nice smooth transition. And I didn't do anything special to my monomer. I don't have the heater on because, y'all, it was hot earlier. So I don't have the heater on. So my monomer is just, I am free balling it. There's no acetone in it. Where y'all watching from? What time is it? What y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy November. Oh dang, I said that and then my heater turned on. Well, I'm done with the acrylic, so it really doesn't matter.
Halloween came and went.
You said what?
I said Halloween came and went.
It did. Everybody in my area didn't even decorate for Halloween. They literally, nobody put nothing up for Halloween. It's already Christmas lights up. Them folks are so disrespectful. They don't even care about Thanksgiving. They're so ready for this whole year to be over with. They like, you know what? We're going straight to Christmas. Oh, sister, we might have some family watching from the Bahamas. Hey, y'all. Y'all, last time me and my sister was out in public, somebody said we looked alike. I was so honored.
I was thinking
so
about
honored.
that. She was like, y'all twins.
She said, y'all sisters, huh? That's the first time anybody has ever said that to us, y'all, in our whole lives. So that was cool. That was a first. That was cool.
And she was passionate about it too. She was like,
She stopped us. We was walking into the restaurant. She was like, y'all sisters. We are. Thank you. Okay, that's it. All right, did y'all hear that tap?
She said, look at that iPad.
Okay, so I am going to start off with my hand file, y'all. I don't know why. I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'm gonna start off with my hand file.
When you said stress line, I was like, what you about to tell me?
So, because if you hit your nail right here, all of the stress is gonna go right here. And all that stress is what's going to make that snap in the middle. So that's the stress point. So you build your apex on top of the stress point so that if you hit your nail, it absorbs the stress. It's enough product there to absorb the stress and not break underneath it. Going in with the same hand file I've been using. Okay, thank you for checking in. I appreciate you. Okay, Atlanta showed up. Thank you. Oh, thank you for watching all the way from San Diego. Well, not all the way from San Diego because you're really our neighbor for real. But welcome, family. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Kristen from Detroit, thank you. What's up, Keandra? Iowa, Orlando, welcome, y'all. Thank you so much for checking in. Make sure you share the live. Just one time, that's it. That's it. And, like, you don't even have to leave the live to share it. You can just click share and then, like, act like it never even happened. And then if you're a first-time viewer, you really should click share so you don't forget about me. So next time you're, like, looking through your profile, like trying to clean it up because you just added your pastor or something, then you'll see me and you'll be like, oh, I forgot to follow her, and then you'll come back to this first video you ever watched and you remember how cool that I am and that you want to follow me. So I think, you know, I'm just putting that into the universe. All it takes is a share. It's so easy. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Not right now, but I'm gonna show you later. Hey, y'all, remember that one time that lady said I was on drugs?
What? What?
You don't remember that? You remember when I went to Houston and I did a clothing haul? And I did my wig before the clothing haul. Like, so I showed everybody how I styled my wig and stuff. and how I don't braid my hair underneath my wig. I just put my wig on, I put this wig cap on or whatever. But in order to show everybody how my wig doesn't slip off with the wig cap, I like shook my head like Britney Spears. And she was like, get off the drugs or the booze or whatever. She went in. I was like, sure thing.
Oh my God.
For sure. Good times. That's why y'all need to follow me, because, you know, it be lit over here sometimes. Yeah. I just want to show everybody that, like, my wig grip really was gripping, and it's not going to come off if I do this rock star move right quick. And that lady was not happy about that.
What about like a roller coaster or something? It'll still be like secure.
Yes, girl. I be
That's
sleeping
crazy.
with my wig on. And it's $10 on Amazon, y'all. Get that wig grip. Type in wig grip. I promise it's going to change your life. It's going to save your edges and change your life.
You done promoted like 2 different
I know,
products.
and I need to stop because ain't nobody paying me. But yeah, y'all, I'm not on drugs. I'm just, you know, high off life sometimes. Not a lot, not often. Sometimes I be on here quiet as a mouse because I do not be wanting to talk. But
I was just waiting for you to
y'all.
be like, and I just want to thank Amazon for sponsoring
yeah,
this video.
see, no, but y'all can go to my Amazon storefront. It is amazon.com/shop/McDoesNails. And if you want to order any nail products, dang, okay. Excuse the paramedics, y'all. It's ghetto over here. But yeah, check out my Amazon, amazon.com/shop/McDoesNails. If you are a nail technician and you need nail supplies and you scared of ordering off somebody's website because you've never heard of them, you want to order straight from Amazon, girl, get on my Amazon storefront, and that should help you out while you work on those trust issues. But when those trust issues are, you know, fulfilled and, you know, you've overcome them and all that good stuff, hop on ctones.com where you can get some real nail products. And that's it. I'm not going to promote. I told y'all I wasn't going to come on here sell y'all nothing. I'm just, you know, just here, you know, to let y'all know. We got the big, we're the nail supply plug. But that's all. That's all. Anyway.
The plug for real.
We're the plug for real, for real. So anyway, I'm gonna go in with this. I don't even think my sanding band needs to be this coarse. Look, y'all, because look at the side. They're pretty smooth, and I really don't want to. I'm looking at the yeah, and I don't need to take the thickness down really. So I'm just going to go in instead of with this one. I'm going to go in with a medium sanding band. The zebra one is my favorite.
It's called Zebra.
It's a zebra sanding band just because of the grooves on it. They're like zebra stripes. And those grooves are like identical to the hand file. So I prefer to use this for shaping and filing when it comes to my e-file. I always use my medium sanding band. Like if I don't use my coarse one or if I don't use my fine one, I could still use my medium sanding band for both of those jobs. So this is going to create a nice smooth surface. just filing down her length a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more at the end, but this is like the majority of it. And I'll clean it up later with the hand file. This is a medium sanding band, and I would say that the grit is like 180 or 150 would be like the standard grit for a medium sanding band. Remember, the higher the number, the softer it is. The lower the number, the harder it is when it comes to grits and coarseness. Alright, so once the medium sanding band, once I'm done with that, I go on with the cone bit. That's cone, like ice cream cone, C-O-N-E, and that is going to seal and blend her cuticle area. So if there's like any gap or any like bump right there, go ahead and make that flush to the nail. This is pretty. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do something so subtle, y'all, but it's gonna be so pretty, and y'all gonna be like, "Oh my God, Nikki, why you do nails like that all the time?" I don't want to hear it. The polish I'm going to use, this is my favorite polish. This is my favorite color of all the gel polish colors in all the world. This is my favorite one. It's by CND, and it's called Grapefruit Sparkle. And like, pink is not my favorite color, but ooh, this pink, y'all, is so pretty. It's like the most neutral nude, not even there pink in the world, but it's got this beautiful diamond like shimmer to it. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. But it's called Grapefruit Sparkle by C&D, and it is one of my favorites, and it's not that easy to find. So if you ever do find Grapefruit Sparkle, you know, at the nail supply, I have found it at walmart.com before. But yeah, so if you ever find Grapefruit Sparkle, I don't even know if the color is still like, I don't even know if it's not discontinued. That would be, because you know, I'll be discontinuing color. Now, if these nails get my sister fired, we don't have to go up there and hoobing. Well, I think these are nice and safe, and they're going to be so pretty, and she's going to get a lot of compliments, even though they're so, like, plain. This is, like, the plain woman's dream nails because they're just so pretty. Like, this is, I would wear this color to my wedding. That's how much I like this color. Yes, that's how pretty of a color it is. Not that I'm getting married or anything. Not that anybody wants me. But if I were to, you know, appeal to European standards and the court system, I would totally put this Grapefruit Sparkle on for my trip to the courthouse. Because that's the only kind of wedding that I'm going to do. A courthouse wedding. Make sure you guys wear your white shirts and your jeans and your Jordans to my courthouse wedding. These are lawyer nails. You know,
She's still lawyer nails.
you gotta be somewhere important, but you don't want to stand out. But you gotta let them bitches know that, you know, you don't play about this nail stuff. Boom, lawyer nails. My Tajay says she gonna wear all black to my wedding. Girl, I'm wearing all black to my wedding. You can't wear all black to my wedding. You gotta wear white. The only person allowed to mourn at my wedding is me. I think I'm gonna do a second coat of this, but I really don't think it needs a second coat. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. We'll see when we take it out. Because it's just so pretty, like, by itself. It's like, girl, second coat, you're greedy. Okay. Go ahead and cure 60 seconds. Let me see. Yeah, 60 seconds. All right, y'all. So while that hand is curing in the light, about to turn up on y'all. Now this time I am going to pull out my extra coarse sanding band, and I'm not going to start with my hand file. As you can see, these nails are a little bit longer, so I'm going to shorten them. Don't forget that color, y'all. It's called Grapefruit Sparkle. and it is by CND Creative Nail Design. They are one of the first companies that ever had gel polish. Now, taking layers off the top or a small thickness off the top of the nail like this definitely helps when it's time to taper in the sides and make them thinner. As you can see, this nail is wide. So I'm going to take some thickness off of the top. And then I'm going to go back in with my hand file and taper in the sides. Another 60 seconds. All right, I'm gonna get my 80 grit back out. My Amazon store, y'all ready? It's amazon.com/shop. Shop, like y'all know, shop, like shopping, Amazon. Amazon.com/shop/Mick Does Nails. That's MIKK, 2 Ks, MIKK Does Nails. So Amazon.com/shop/Mick Does Nails. And what will pop up is Mick's Guide to Perfect Nails. And you guys will see all of my favorite Amazon stuff that I get on Amazon. Like there's like different hard gels and pedicure products, the reusable forms, just different stuff that I use, lamps, e-files that are inexpensive, different stuff that I've used or tried. And I recommend, if you don't want to purchase from an actual nail supply website, which is what I recommend doing, but if you would rather start first with Amazon, definitely check out my Amazon storefront. I am compensated based on what you guys purchase, but I am not in any affiliation with the companies that are on my Amazon store. So like none of those companies are paying me to tell you guys that I use their products. I really have used all of the products on the Amazon store, and they are from a bunch of different companies, not just one, and none of them are from my own company. So yeah, unbiased review. Just letting you guys know that stuff on my Amazon store is stuff that works, and it's good for, especially for beginner nail technicians who don't, maybe you haven't decided this is your career yet, and you don't want to put that much of an investment into it. You just kind of want to test the waters, and you don't want to spend that much on a kit. Definitely, look at Amazon. There are no kits at the moment that I suggest that come from Amazon, or that I recommend that come from Amazon. Most kits that you find on Amazon are not going to be salon quality nail products. They're going to be hobby nail products, like little kid stuff that you get from the ice cream truck. It's not going to work that great. You're going to think you suck as a nail tech, and you really don't. It's the products are really not that good when they come in an Amazon kit. But you guys know that C-Tones, we do carry nail tech kits, and our kits range anywhere between $75 to $400. So we have kits with everything that you need as far as like the e-file. So you have your lamp, your drill, you have everything that you need to get started. And then we have smaller kits for those of you who just kind of want to test it out. And they also come with like a professional acrylic brush, an extra large dapping dish, larger sizes of like the acrylic clear so that you can practice. We have swatches, we have the practice hand, we got all types of stuff on Ctones. So I do have my Amazon storefront just for those of you guys who like to shop on Amazon, but for you real nail technicians that want real products, definitely check out ctones.com because it's nail products created by nail technicians. We did not one day just start making nail products and decide, hey, let's make money off all these nail techs. No, you guys see me use all of our products. So thank you for those of you guys who have been rocking with Ctones. We love you. March will be our 3rd birthday. I hope that you guys are around and ready for the sales. So we're going to go crazy. A lot of businesses, especially Black-owned businesses, do not survive to the 3rd year. So if God be willing, we are going to throw a celebration. So I hope that you guys are there. But in the meantime, for those of you guys who need a sale before then, remember that I go ham every year for Black Friday. So make sure that you are on the Ctones website the day after Thanksgiving. We're going to make it real easy for you. And we're definitely going to have a lot of crazy sales this year because there is so much Ctones inventory that we need to get rid of. So yeah, so I'm excited to show you guys the new stuff that we have added to the website for Black Friday and the stuff that's on clearance and liquidation sale. I hope that you guys get in on those super sales, and I hope that you guys get to experience the new stuff that I'm creating. It's fun. It's been a fun ride. It has not been easy, but when I prayed over my business, I told God that I was ready. I told him that I was ready to cry. I was ready to be depressed and frustrated and sad and scared and all those negative emotions that came with being successful. I was ready for them. And God said, I bet. And then he pushed me off a cliff. So here I am now telling you guys that I truly appreciate you guys for thugging it out with me, for growing with Ctones. We're still growing. We're still a small company. We're still family owned and family run. And we truly love you guys and appreciate you. For those of you guys who take the classes, for those of you guys who've been booking the 101s, I thank you so much to all of my students who trust me and believe in me, and definitely entrust your education and your career with me. That means a lot that you guys know I'm going to get it done for you. So I love you guys. Everything that I do, I don't do it for me. Ctones was created because my audience said, hey Mickey, why don't you start your own line? And I did, because I love you guys. And it was very, very difficult, and it still gets hard at times. And there are things that I deal with behind the scenes that I wouldn't wish on any other business owner, but it's a part of getting my footing in this industry on this side of the nail table as a Black woman, because we're already looked over in life in general, and then in the nail industry in general, and in the background of the nail industry and the business side of the nail industry. Being a Black woman on this side is almost unheard of. Doing it successfully is almost unheard of. It's not something that's common, but it's what I love to do. And doing nails has brought me out of some of the worst situations in my life. And it saved my life. It saved my family. It's fed my family. Nails is just, this is what I was made for. I was made to be here on this planet doing this right now. So I keep striving and I keep going, and it's because of your support. It's not because I'm just this super strong person and I just got it. No, I definitely need the support of my tribe and my village, and I thank you guys for being a part of that. I love you guys. As long as my hands work, I'm gonna try to, do this for you. Try to get on here and show you guys my art, and this is what makes me happy, making other women feel happy about themselves. It's rewarding for me. And when I get to be on live and I get to talk to you guys, and some of you guys share your stories with me, your testimonies on my live or even in my inbox, and I appreciate that too, because it helps me remember, it helps me be reminded and understand that all of the things that I went through up until this point, and all the things that I'm going to go through, and all of the things that I'm trying to do for my business and for my community, I know that none of this stuff is for nothing. When somebody tells me that I'm helping them on their journey, or I have helped them, or they're inspired, all of that means the world to me, because I'm literally just a random black girl who just turned on her camera because I was depressed, and all I knew how to do at that moment was do nails. I was not being the best mom, the best sister, the best friend, the best daughter, but I knew how to be a nail tech in that time. And I turned on my camera, and so many of you guys tuned in and loved on me and brought me out of that depression. And it started my nail business. Well, not my nail business. It started my nail supply business, and it started my career as a content creator. So although I've been doing nails for 10 years, I've only been content creating for, it's been less than 5 years, and I've been a content creator, but it's because of your support. I thank you guys. I thank you guys for coming back here, for praying with me when I go through my difficult times, and for celebrating with me when we accomplish things together. All of that is important.
That's so awesome when they send you prayers.
Oh, for real. No, seriously. We're not put here for ourselves. We're put here to be here for each other. And I hate social media. If it wasn't my job, I wouldn't have a profile or page or anything. This is how I feed the family. And so it's a blessing that when we can get some positivity out of it. And I've been able to connect with my tribe. Like, my audience is my tribe. They're people who love nails. Some of y'all just like the sound. Some of y'all just like to hear me talk. Some of you guys like to see the before and after. Everybody is here for a different reason, but we're not here alone. And something that I learned, like, about mental illness and depression for myself personally, is that isolation is dangerous. Separating yourself from your tribe, from the people who love you, could be or is potentially dangerous. And it's something that I do a lot. Like, I'm an introvert, so I always turn inward, and I'm always recharging. And so naturally, when I'm going through things, I want to just kind of, go and hide under my rock and get through things. And then when I'm done, I come from under my rock and act like nothing happened. But that, when it comes to like depression and mental illness and chemical imbalances in your brain, There's a lot of things that make you feel like you should be alone, or you deserve to be alone, or you need to be alone, or like you shouldn't be around people because you're a burden, or those are all things, that's your mind playing tricks on you and telling you to do the opposite of what you're designed to do, which is to congregate. And so regardless of whatever religion you believe in, or whatever origin story that you know about, whether it be Adam and Eve or the Big Bang, the one thing that none of us can deny is that we came here by ourselves. So we're just here by ourselves. We're all here together to help each other. And my tribe, my moderators, my team members, everybody, you guys have all become family to me. And so when I'm in here and y'all don't hear me talking and I just be working and I'll be doing my own nails in the middle of the night, y'all be like, she's so quiet. But in my eyes, I'm in a room full of people who love me and who want to be there with me. And that is an important connection to have. You would never want your children to feel like they're by themselves and they're alone. So you have to treat yourself the same. You don't want to be alone either. So you got to find your tribe and let your tribe love you and you love them, and it all works like that. I read recently a quote from a millionaire that said it's about the people. Being successful is about the people. It's about finding the people that you could trust and you take them with you all the way. And if you make life good for them, they'll make life good for you. And all that is required there is some trust, which is not easy to find, but it's there. And when you can find people that you can trust and you can love, then life is a little bit more fulfilling. Sometimes, I mean, I love Oprah, y'all. I want to be Oprah so bad. But sometimes I feel sorry for her because I know that my children bring a completely different meaning to my life and to who I am. And I couldn't be who I am without my kids. But then I also know that everybody's story is different and everybody's not meant to have kids. Some people are meant to reach multitudes like Oprah. Like Oprah has talked to way more people than I can ever talk to. And she's changed a lot of lives. And so it's not about what you're producing and what you're creating. It's about who you're doing it for. It's not always the kids or the parents. Sometimes your story is you're here so that you can make somebody else's life better. You could change that person's life. Like Tupac said, like, I may not be the person to change the world, but I will spark the mind of the person that does. And that just all plays back into the mindset of we're all here for each other. Some guy taught me, I was dating him. I should have never dated him because he was so sweet and I just was not ready. But one guy taught me about interbeing, and I wasn't ready to learn it when he taught it to me. But now that I'm older, I understand it a lot more. But interbeing, and it's like realizing and understanding that nothing on this earth could exist without the other thing. So like, I can't exist without you. There will be no me without you. And there will be no you without me. And without the butterfly outside, there will be no me. And without the tree down the street, there will be no melody. It's an inner knowing that everything that you're around, everything in your surroundings is placed there for a reason, and it has to be there. And your life and your existence depends on it. So we all have to make sure that we're taking care of each other, because if one of us falls, then we all fall. It ain't really like that. It doesn't seem like that in real life, but it really is like that. And we live in a different era right now where you could be in a silent room and really in a room full of people. Like now, people watching, people putting their energy onto what you're doing and what you're saying. Lives are easily changed. in the 50s, we weren't able to, like, remember when I was telling you one time how social media has us connected to people that we shouldn't really be connected to anymore? And like in the 50s, you broke up with your boyfriend and you're not going to see that man again until, like, maybe y'all run into each other at the grocery store. But if he moves to another state or whatever, that's it. You don't hear nothing about him. It's not
Like,
none.
so
Yeah, it's like you literally get over that person. It must have been way easier to get over somebody back then. Because you weren't forced to stare at that person. You weren't forced to stare at them. Now all I got to do is get on my phone. All I got to do is get on my phone, see exactly what you're doing, who you with. And I'm sure that's very disruptive to, like, the healing process and the getting to know yourself and getting over the breakup and the heartbroken stuff. And we just live in a new era. We're a lot more connected.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like there's nothing wrong with feeling, I guess, sort of bad, or, you know, if you're trying to go through your healing process, but then it gets disrupted, like, you're gonna feel how you feel. But
I think connection makes us able to, I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. Like, on one side, like, no, we shouldn't see what our ex is doing. And we shouldn't be able to have that close access to what people are doing. At the same time, too, it's, like I said, you're finding your tribe and your support system, finding like-minded individuals, connecting with people that you may not have been able to connect with outside of the technology we have today. Like, I wouldn't know it. So many people if it weren't for social media. Granted, I don't like to meet people on social media and, like, then become friends with them later. Like, that's always been kind of like, no, like, I've never dated somebody I met on social media. It's just always been different for me. I, like, crave one-on-one, face-to-face interaction. Yes, but I had to grow out of that because I started a Facebook channel that has an audience, and I've actually been blessed to meet so many people in my audience from doing the classes in other states, or like Lucy, y'all know Lucy. Lucy has allowed me to hold my classes at her house in Dallas 2 years in a row, and Lucy's one of the first people on my Facebook lives. Like, she's been here since day one, and I had never met Lucy, didn't even know we were friends on, I don't even know if we were friends on Facebook when she started watching my lives, but yeah, I've met so many amazing people off of the app. I've met some terrible people off this app too. Let's switch. But I'm entering a point in my life where I appreciate people more. In connection. I'm still an introvert now. Like, that's not changing. Like, it's still no new friends. But I definitely show so much more gratitude to the people around me. And I was talking to Marcus, and he was like, you need friends. Like, you really need friends. I know I need friends. I'm just going through a point in my life right now where friends are cool, but I prefer to heal. Like, I want to heal first because I don't like being a half-ass friend or a half-ass anything. And if I'm going to be that, I don't want to do it. And so for the sake of having healthier friendships and stronger relationships, I have to do a lot of inner work and healing. And when I feel more comfortable with my status of that inner work and healing, then I will reconnect with friends and create more friendships. Right now, I'm not ready. But I know why I'm not ready. Before, I was just being antisocial. Now, now it's actually a goal to be more connected and in tune with the people around me. Because I am very stingy with myself. And that's something I have to overcome. being stingy, because I ain't that amazing, so I can share. Look at this color, y'all. Okay, so the color, remember, y'all, it's called Grapefruit Sparkle by C&D, and you can get it from Walmart.com because that's the last place I saw it, but I have found it at different nail supplies. Skyline Beauty Supply used to have it, but that was years ago.
Oh my god.
Isn't it cute? It's so like,
It's so bomb.
it's so
It's simple,
plain.
but it's like classy too.
Okay, switch. I told you it's a wedding color. For sure wearing this to the wedding. Now, I usually like just one coat, but I did two on her nails just to keep the just to keep her thickness, because y'all know I like thicker nails because I do longer nails, but also just that gel polish also kind of encapsulates the entire nail, and it makes it easier for her to keep them nails on for the full amount of time, but also they're shorter, so you know we don't really have issues with shorter nails. And then also with them being this kind of like sheer blush nude color, when they grow out it won't be that obvious, so when it's time for her to get a fill, it's not going to be obvious to the whole world. It's just going to be obvious to me and her, and maybe y'all, because y'all so judgmental sometimes. No, I'm kidding.
It's funny, every single girl I've ever complimented on their nails, they never say thank you right away. Like, I'll be like, girl, I love your nails. They're like, oh my god, ew, I need a fill. Like, every single, it's never just
Okay, but it
"Thank you."
depends though. It depends. I had to learn to say thank you though, because I'm one of those girls who I don't say thank
They
you. I'd be like,
"Ew,
oh,
no."
I do it myself. No, now it's
Yeah.
like thank you. I say thank you no matter what. And I had to learn that like with my shoes and stuff too, because you know I love Ross. So I'll be dressed and somebody be like, oh, I like that. I'll be like, girl, I got it from Ross. Like, excuse me, Mickey, can you say thank you first? Like, so I had to learn to say thank you when a compliment is given to me, even when I don't agree with the compliment. Like, girl, stop lying to me. I told you that earlier. Like, I had to tell the last set I had on, I've been telling people to stop lying to me. Like, oh my god, I love your nails. Girl, you are lying. Like, I know you're lying because I got crystals missing on every finger. You're sitting here lying to me, and I don't like that. It's disrespectful. But I'm learning to just say, oh, thank you, appreciate it, and then hide my hands. Okay, switch. Oh, dang, y'all. I do have a stars goal. I said it like 2 months ago. I know. I have not been telling you guys, encouraging you guys to support me by sending stars. But for those of you guys who do send stars to me without me even having to ask, just because you love me and appreciate me, I truly thank you so much, y'all. The stars definitely help. Like, I know it's small to you guys. Like, it's like a penny per star. I know that seems like, oh, it's not a big deal. That ain't nothing. Y'all, those stars add up. Anything that you invest into my business, into my content, into my recording, whatever, I truly appreciate it. I don't care how much money it is. It's something, it adds up, and it definitely pays a bill or two. So I appreciate you guys so much. It helps me to continue content creating. I mean, Facebook, I talk all that mess about social media, but at the end of the day, I can say that being on this platform has allowed me like to spend more time with my kids. When my daughter was in the hospital, I didn't have to call nobody and be like, oh, hi, I need to call in for work today. I didn't have to call into work. I didn't have to get permission to go check on my child. I was able to be gone without having to answer to anybody, and that is largely in part to Facebook. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting C-Tones Acrylic. Y'all showed up and showed out for me. You guys always do. I appreciate you. I always try to keep new things on the website. For the beginning of the month, we do always have our box of the month and our nail art box of the month. These are mystery boxes. Now our mystery bag, no two bags are the same. That is completely different, the mystery bag. But the mystery box of the month is our subscription box, and we have a nail art version and we have a regular version that also includes acrylic. So if you want to try out our products, I definitely recommend, go ahead, switch. I definitely recommend the mystery box, because then you'll be able to get some, or not the mystery box, the C-Tones acrylic box of the month. And when you get that, you'll get some acrylic, you'll get some nail art, you'll get some nail tools, and you'll be able to kind of try multiple things and see what you like, do not like, and etc. And yeah, so I definitely recommend a mystery package if you're trying to check out C-Tones and try us out and see what we got going on. Check out a mystery. But if you don't want to check out a mystery box or a mystery goodie bag, just look through the colors, because we got colors for days. I do make all of my colors by hand. At one point I did not make my colors by hand. At one point I thought that another company could do it for me, or I could make another company's formula better. But thanks to you guys, I was able to eventually I was able to make the investment to create my own formulas for these products. So I do make the colors that you see on C-Tones acrylic. Mickey Nails does make those. Now, I am not in charge of the shipping. I'm not in charge of the packaging, the labeling. The only thing that I'm in charge of when it comes to C-Tones acrylic is making the colors. So if there are any colors that you have in mind or that you need, make sure you send me an inbox, and I will definitely help direct you to a color that's similar, or I will make the color for you myself. So I am always open to suggestions. The uh-ohs, yes. So we have uh-oh acrylic. It is acrylic that's less than $5. And it's all colored acrylic. Sometimes it glows or it's mood changing or whatever. The uh-ohs, we sell those in inexpensive 10 grams or 20 gram colors, because sometimes I run out of pigment, or let's say like I'm at the bottom of a color and I don't even have enough to fill up a container. I end up mixing stuff together, making new colors, or sometimes I'll make a color and it doesn't come out right. It doesn't come out the way that I want it to. It might be too sparkly, it might not be sparkly enough, it might be too green when I wanted it to be blue, it might be pink when I wanted it to be purple. Whatever the issue is, it just didn't come out to my liking. But since it's still a good, decent formula and it still lays the same, then I package it up into an uh-oh container, and it is a uh-oh. Now, the worst part of uh-ohs is that we can't duplicate them. They're not actual things. They're not actual colors that we have on the site all the time. We cannot duplicate uh-ohs. So the worst part about it is if you buy one and you love it, then you gotta kind of be skimpy on it. But I have had in the past nail technicians send me a picture like of a swatch and be like, hey Mickey, I purchased this uh-oh a couple months ago. I love it so much, I'm out of it. Is there any color that is similar to it? I will say yes, it's this color, yada yada yada. Or if I do not have the color, I will let the person know, I'm sorry, we don't have that color at the moment, but wait until our next drop, which our drops are usually at the beginning and the end of each month. We drop a new acrylic color collection, and or not a new one, we drop multiple acrylic color collections, and I promise you your color will be included in one of those collections or by itself. So like I said, I'm always open to suggestions, and the cool thing about social media is you can get right here on Facebook and be like, hey Mickey, I'm glad I caught you live, can you make a pink? That's all you gotta say, and I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, go ahead, put that hand all the way in. Welcome. Thanks for checking in. Hey, Beverly. I love you. Beverly is on a 3-week streak. Beverly sends me stars just because it's Wednesday. Like, Beverly just loves me. And I love you too, Bev. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Every time we get on here and we congregate and we have our girl time, you mean the world to me. I truly appreciate your support, y'all. Bev gonna do whatever C-Tone's got going on. Bev gonna get in on the action. So I appreciate you, Bev. I love you. I think it's cool now that Facebook has like these little features. So it tells me now like how many times, well, not how many times, but it'll tell me like how long you've been a follower, or if you've been a follower for multiple years, or if you just started following me. Like, it gives you all these cool little trophies or whatever. And they kind of help me identify the audience, although I do end up knowing you guys by name, like Marla. I love you, Marla. So I end up knowing you guys by name eventually. But when you guys are new followers to the page, I get to kind of see the badge next to your name, and I'm like, oh, okay, so-and-so's a new follower. And then once I see your name a lot more often, you're no longer a new follower to me. Now you're part of the crew. So I thank you, those of you guys who come on here, and even my ghost followers. I know some of y'all come on here and just don't say nothing. I love you guys too. I love you guys. All right, y'all. I'm just wiping off with alcohol. I put some Melanin Cosmetics.
It smells so good. Oh,
this is... Oh, okay. So I put some chocolate rose Melanin Cosmetics on her, and then the alcohol that I use is cherry alcohol, cherry scented alcohol. You guys can find them from Sally's, but y'all know I get mine straight from the factory. But y'all can get yours from Sally's. And look, they're just, look, y'all. Who is going to complain about these nails? If they fire my sister, y'all, we're going in. Do y'all hear me? If they fire my sister over these nails, I'm going to need y'all to fly in. We're going to have to do us a little, Black Girl Magic rally or whatever we got to do. I'm just saying. She said neutral. And this, there is no more neutral than this. Come on now. Look at my nails and look at her nails. Come on now. All right, so we are all nice and shaped up. I'm gonna go back in with some Melanin Cosmetics. Okay, so I thought something spilled in my Melanin Cosmetics. It didn't. It has rose flakes in it. I was like, Mom, there's some red in my I was like, it's something red in my butter. And I had opened it for the first time on live, and I was like, oh, I got something in it. And then when I looked at it closely later, I was like, what? But no, y'all, there's rose flakes in the butter. I thought I did something bad. Boom. And then I'm gonna wipe her off with some alcohol, and then I'm gonna get off y'all face tonight. I love you guys, and thanks for hanging out with me and my sister. We're having sister time, and Melody is going out of town next week. So when Melody goes out of town, I'm sending Ocean with his daddy, and I will be back in the studio, and yeah, I will be kid free. One of my kids will be in Alabama. The other one will be in Los Angeles with his father and not bothering me. I don't be leaving my son with his dad that long. No more. Not in a bad way, but because my son is 3, right?
You said when he sees you, he just like lets it all out.
Yes, and his dad, like his father is like, he's he's mannish, okay, masculine, right? And my son, he's a very passionate child. He's an Aries like his mama, and so he's a little passionate. So sometimes water flows with emotions, and his dad be like, what the hell? His dad doesn't, men, they don't have the patience for tears like us women do, and especially when it's a little boy, they be like, man, but I'm learning to one, let a man be a man and be a dad, because like I don't have a penis, and there's things that I can't ever teach my son, and I understand that. But also we're working on, as parents, allowing him to express his emotions more freely, so that he's not afraid to express his emotions to his father, because there are things that he's going to have to talk to his dad about that he can't talk to me about, and they may be waterwork to issues as well, like he might have to cry. So his father, oh my goodness, his father has grown so much. My son is 3.5, and his dad was a different man 4 years ago. So he has grown so much, but my son still does find a lot more comfort in the feminine energy in the house, which is me. So when he sees me, he'd be like, ooh, thanks for saving me from my dad. I could cry again. So we're learning, y'all. We're learning. If y'all have any tips on dads and sons and crybabies, definitely hit me up, because I was a crybaby as a kid. I was a really bad crybaby, and now that I'm older, like I kind of understand it now, and I do know that a lot of it has to do with just me being a really sensitive Aries personality, and my son is like my twin. He's so much like me, so I know that passion that be riled up in his fire energy, it just goes crazy like mine used to. So I know that he'll be okay. He'll be, fine. He won't be crying all the time no more, but at the moment he's a crybaby right in this moment, and so I'll be having to save him from his daddy. So if y'all hear Ocean in the background of my next live video, turning up the OT Genesis, I did put him on. I ain't even gonna lie, I did put my son on the OT Genesis and Gold Link, but that's not the point. Just say hello and say that you love him, and just say hi to Ocean. Ocean will say hi to you, and then we gonna get out your face. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the set, the plain set. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I gotta go get my munchkins. So yeah, God bless, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.